What up, y'all? This is Mike.
And I'm Taylor.
And this is from Dogs to Dads podcast. What are we talking about today?
Today is we're going to be talking about us being dads. Just talking about how we're raising kids, our connection with our kids.
Yeah.
And then, like, pretty much, like, now I totally get why our parents did this stuff they did. But kind of jumping into it, father and son connection.
Okay. Tell me about the boys, man.
I haven't really expressed this, so I just want to know if, like, I'm the only dad out there, or, like, maybe this will help some future dads, or if
deep?
you've experienced this.
I mean, deep?
I don't know if it's that deep. It's just
okay.
like when I had my first boy, like, everyone says, like, they felt connected or, like, felt like a dad then. Like, to me, and I'm just straight honest, I didn't feel like a dad, like, right when we had our firstborn. I didn't feel like it. Honestly, I didn't feel like I was a dad for almost a year into it, to be honest. I think I finally felt like I just felt like I was, like, in the same routine, like, every day, just going through it of, like, I go to work, I come home, we do this feeding, we change diapers, we bathe them. Like, it was over and over the same process. And I just did not, like, I was like, is this really, like, I didn't feel like how when we call our dads, hey, dad, and we just say, hey, dad, or whatever, and, like, you hit him up, call him, or even growing up calling him a dad, like, I didn't feel like a dad. And then, like, I think, like, a year into it or something, he, like, maybe took his first step, or he, like, gripped onto me, and, like, or, like, we were, like, rolling a ball, and I was like, now I feel connected. Now I'm all in. Like, I just didn't feel like it until we, like, exchanged.
Yeah.
And so then, like, he started laughing whenever I was talking. He started playing with the ball more. Yeah. Whenever I came home, he'd be like, Daddy, or, like, something. And, like, I finally felt like then I had the connection. Like, when everybody was like, yeah, like, I had the connection when they were first born. Like, I didn't feel like that. Yeah. And so, any dads out there, if you're feeling like that, like, it's going to come. Yeah. Or maybe it already had. Maybe I'm just one in a million that it's happened to. But
I think it's good. I mean, everybody's different. So, it's not all butterflies and rainbows when you have kids. So it's good that you, like, kind of speaking to, what you had to deal with. So, that's cool.
Did you feel connected, like, right off the bat?
I felt like when he came, he kind of looked like a light-skinned version of me. So I'm like, oh, she's a beautiful little baby. But yeah, man. I mean, like you said, everybody's different. Yeah. When he came, I mean, I want to always be there, but it was just, I felt that connection, like skin. They put the skin to skin.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the hospital. I'm sure. I know you did that too.
I did it, and and that's the thing is, like, I didn't feel the dad feeling. Yeah. Like, he was laying on me. I was there all in with my wife and my son. Like, I'm all in. Yeah, I just didn't feel the connection.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody, I think for me, I mean, like, because we had babies around the same time. So, and I know how it was for you. You know how it was for me. I think that I would say, I felt that connection with him. Yeah. I was up when Katie was up. So, in which I'm sure, everybody's situation is different. But when she fed him, I was up. That's when we caught up on all our shows. Yeah. The Blacklist and all these Game of Thrones, all these shows. Yeah. Did that when you're feeding the baby. So, and then got to get up and go to work, go work out and do all that stuff. But I think that's what helped me be so connected to him, is because Katie didn't have to do all that stuff on her own. And, like, it was like, okay, it's my turn. Like, I got it. We'd walk around. But Katie be there. She'd be up. But, like, I'm taking care of her more. Yeah. I got the diaper. I was really hands-on.
So, really, like, y'all didn't do the switch-off thing.
No, no switch-off at all.
So like, maybe some people do that. Yeah. We kind of did it. Yeah. I honestly, Rachel got up. Yeah. And kind of did a lot more than I did. I just still got up. Just not as much. just because she let me sleep, thank you. She did, because my commute, like, the one way was an hour and 15 at the time.
That's
and
right,
like,
that's right.
So like I was like falling asleep on the road. Like I would tell
Yeah.
her stories, and I'd be calling her at like 4 a.m, like keep me up, because I knew she was up.
Yeah.
With the baby, and I was like, and like I was just getting tired. So like she let me sleep a lot, and so thank you for that when you're watching this.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I think luckily I didn't have that. You know, I forgot you're commuting back and forth. But no, like I said, I think that's the main reason why I was so connected, because when he was up, I was up.
Yeah.
When he slept, sometimes, you know, me, I really don't like to sleep. I was like, shoot, you can sleep when you're gone. There's always something for me to do.
Yeah.
But, and then it kind of just led into how, as he grew, you know, walking, I was there to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he said dad first, or dad at first.
Yeah.
All that. And that kind of, you know, moved with the second one too. We all did the same thing with him. I did the same thing with him. He woke up, but he started off a mama's boy. He's just slowly transitioned over.
Yeah.
It's all about me.
I mean, speaking of that now, like, I mean, my oldest, he was more of a mama's boy.
Yeah.
And I would say my second was more of a daddy's boy.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that had a little, I mean, not much, but I think once I was connected with my oldest, then when we had our second, I felt connected already. Yeah. Just because, like, now I was feeling like a dad. I was in the groove of it. So it was just different on the second one. I just automatically felt it because I was already a dad.
I mean, like I said, he was getting fed. You know, he's on the tit. I'm right next to it too, because that's how I was close to Katie. I was close to him. It's best of both worlds.
Oh wow!
But yeah, bro. And then this thinking of that, just parenting styles, right?
Yeah.
So with you, just, you know, how you are with your kids,
yeah.
Right? With the boys, I see how you are because I'm always around. But how does that, you know, resonate with you when it comes to how you were brought up with your dad? Like, do you see some similarities?
Yeah. So I totally understand now. Like, if you were a kid and you heard your parents say, you ask a question like, "Can I have this?" and they would say no, and you say why, and they would hit you with, "Because I said so."
Yeah.
They would hit you with that, and you're like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean? Because I said so? Like, now I say the same thing. They'll ask me a question, and then I'll say no, and they'll be like, what do you mean no? Why? Because I said so. And I'm back at it too. And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't understand until you get put in that position. It's so like, my dad and mom, they raised me like real strict.
Yeah.
And I was always trying to figure out why they like were so strict on me and my brothers. Like, when our friends, they weren't strict at all.
Yeah.
And now I get it, and I'm so thankful that they were. Like, I'm so thankful for how my parents raised me, being strict, because it taught me discipline.
Yeah.
And I felt like if they were too loose with me, like, my brothers were different. All three of us, totally different.
Yeah.
Like, we're all raised under or with the same parents, but we all came out so different.
Yeah. I mean.
And so, like, if they weren't so strict on me, I don't know where I would be at.
Yeah.
Like, but it was different for my brothers. Like, they could have been more relaxed and they still would have turned out fine. But I needed the discipline.
Yeah.
And so they were disciplined on me, and like, I'm trying to raise my kids the same way, trying to be disciplined. Now, because of my past and what I've done, my parents, I don't think were as crazy as me. So I'm gonna, I guess, relate. Like, if they screw up, I don't think they're gonna screw up like the ways I screwed up or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I like was like crazy bad, but like, if they do screw up, I'm gonna be there for them. I'm gonna understand them. I'm gonna, but I'm still gonna be strict.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna make sure that they have the same thing I had, which is discipline, which is respect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be raising them like God fearing. I want them to, like, I believe, and you know, from my past and stuff of how I was, I want to make sure I raise them into the person like that their future wives are going to be happy with. Like, I want them to respect women, and I respected women growing up. So I want them to, like, just do everything that, like, a good kid, like when you're like, that's a really good kid. I want, like when we bring the kids around our friends or around other people, I want them to look at them and be like, that's a good kid. I want them to like, I believe like I want them to hold out and wait till they're married to like, have that intimacy. I feel like that is something that needs to be with that one person. I mean, if they screw up, because kids are going to do what they're going to do, I'm going to be there for them, but I'm going to raise them, God-fearing, trying to be as good as I can as a dad, but I'm going to be there when they stumble. I'm going to be there when they have trouble.
Yeah. I like it, man. I mean, I think kind of the same things. Like I said, my parents are Nigerian, right? So, their main thing, first generation, they come from Nigeria they went Nigeria straight here, right? So it was a little bit different for us, being as you have kids here, they come here for the opportunity, right? So the level of, you're gonna be a doctor. You're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. So I
good accent.
So I was like, none of that. When it comes to one thing Katie and I are big on is you guys going to decide your own path.
Yeah.
But like you said, I'm going to be here. You fall, I'm going to make sure I catch you and I'm going to pop you back up and let you know everything's okay.
Yeah.
As long as I'm here to be able to do that, right? Yeah. That way, whenever you guys have kids, you're able to do the same for them. I think, when it, God-fearing, I like that you said that because that's a big thing. We need to go to church a little bit more. You do well because I'm always like, where you at on Sunday? I'm at church like, damn, I'm sleeping in again. Look at Taylor, my guys over here. But yeah, so that's the biggest thing that, New Year's resolution. I really want to, because I was always in church. I was an altar boy, all that.
That's how I grew up, yeah.
So I want the kids to, and the kids love church when we go. Sports kind of conflict with that, but when we're able to go, we need to go. When it comes to women, I mean, I want them to know I'm going to be here. Yeah. Have those. I can't say I want y'all to hold out because, I think kids learn the most of all that stuff outside of the household, like all that sex and the way they talking. They hear other people talk about it. And then.
And like I said, kids are going to do what they're going to do. Like I'm going to be here trying to teach them and trying to share what I know. Of like going to church and trying to preach to them. Not really preach, just trying to lead them in the right way. But ultimately, it's going to be there. And I like what you said is they're going to choose their own paths and they're going to do what they want. Like I feel like it's like that the scenario of the coat or whatever. Like. What I mean by that is, and I feel the same way, is it's cold outside, grab your coats, and they don't grab them, and we leave, and they're like, I'm cold. You'll learn next time. Like, I'm not going to go grab your coat for you. Like, get it yourself. Like, I want them to learn discipline. I want them to learn about, I should have listened to my dad, or I should have listened to my mom. Or like, so, I want them to choose their own paths, but I'm going to give them the information, trying to guide them to the right spot.
I feel you on that. I think, do you spank?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I spank guys. No, I don't. No, there's different spanking and beating. I'm not.
Yeah, no.
I ain't trying to kill our kids.
No.
Right. Go ahead. What you think?
No, I mean, like, I believe, and I'm not a girl dad.
Yeah.
So, my wife and I talk about that because I was like, if I have a girl,
I don't know what
I don't know what I would do. Like, I can't treat them like boys are different. I feel like boys do need discipline. Now, do I go like just walk up and just start whooping them? No. Like no. And we are big guys, so we know we can't just throw all of our force at them. They're kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we don't want to throw them through a room.
Yeah, even though you think about it.
Yeah, so like, but I believe like they need the spanking, they need discipline. So, to lead them forward, like, because that little shock like factor, and they're gonna be like, oh, I shouldn't do that again.
Yeah. And
again, like when they break free and when they move out the house. Hopefully how we have raised them, hopefully with the discipline and the respect, like they can go forward and build a life that they're proud of too. Like, I mean, because again, I'm not having no kid live in my place. Like, I want to make sure that like when I am gone, that they can stand on their own 2 feet.
Exactly.
And so that I believe they need discipline to do that.
Yeah, I think we're building that foundation right now. And kind of like you said, I mean, with my boys, I spank them. I was whooped when I was, and maybe my whoopings were a little bit more severe because my parents are African. I keep on saying they're African. I don't think y'all understand. Like me and my brothers would run. When you saw it coming, you run because once you got caught, it was game over.
Yeah.
So, but that's not how I'm with them. But like a big thing, I like the yes ma'am, yes sir. I'm real big on that because I think that just leads you as you grow. Like one thing Delton does a lot, like he'll open the door and he'll stand there and let other people in. I mean, just manners. Manners. And a lot of people don't have that anymore. I want him, be able to grow with some type of, with the foundation me and your mom set for you. And then do with that as you will. Because you're gonna, like you said, you're going to fall, you're going to fumble. Yeah. And we'll be here while we're here. We're always going to be able to make you sure one foot goes in front of the other.
Yeah, I feel like it's so hard to raise the kids now. Like, and what I mean by that is like cause I felt like we were all raised the same back in the day. Like spankings was normal. Like I feel like we're kind of getting out of that, and not to preach on that or anything, but I just feel like it is a different world that we live in, and like what I mean is like. I hear all the time from my boys is like, or my oldest will say, well, so-and-so can do this. So-and-so doesn't have to do that. Yeah. So-and-so doesn't have to do clean or clean your room. Like, I don't care what anybody else says. Like, you're in my house. You're going to do what I say.
Exactly.
And that's the thing is like, I get my parents now. And when they say, you're going to do what I say, like, I get it now. Because, my kids, they're going to do what I say. Yeah. And whenever they get out of my house, then they can go live their own life. Yeah. Like, I'm still, and hopefully, like I am with my dad, I'm still.
That you just remain like, hey, Dad, they want to talk
still
to you.
Catch up. Like, I want them to be close, but I want them to, like, understand later is, like, why I was so hard on them. Yeah. And, like, maybe they're going to watch this future podcast when they grow up, and they're going to be like, okay, I understand now.
Exactly.
It's because they're standing on their own 2 feet. They got a house. They got a family. They're paying the bills.
Exactly.
Like, they're not just going to, eventually take over my house when I die or something.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I feel you on that. As they get older, they're going to, I used to sneak out.
Yeah.
But see, I already know. I already know all that. I know the tricks. So they're going to think, now I'm asleep. I'm going to be waiting outside my car. Just, hey, guys.
I feel like it's harder to do stuff nowadays because, like, you leave out of our house, we got ring sensors and everything. Like, I'm going to know when a door opens. You ain't going to get out of here.
Yeah. So I was like, I prefer you just tell me what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not sounding cool, Dad, but I mean, I partied. I did stuff like that. Where's Uber now when there wasn't Uber?
And if my kids end up choosing to do that, I want to make sure that they know, like, they can call me.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, I don't want to be, like, the one that just is like, you better not call me. If something I want them to call me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I want to be there for them. Now, like, I don't want to always be that crutch. So, I mean, there's a fine line about it.
Always.
But I want to make sure that, like, they can come to me. But they got to know first. Like, that's the thing is I think, like, dads are trying to be more friends. Like, they got to know first I'm a dad.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
And so they're gonna know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be their friend, like, down the line, or even try to be their friend during the process. But first comes first. I'm gonna be a dad.
Exactly. Right. I like all that. I'm all in with everything. I think we're on the same page. And even though some people are, some people want to do that friend or be, everybody has their own parenting style. So.
Yeah. We're not knocking anybody that's different or anything. That's just how we are. I'm gonna raise ours and everything, but we on that same page.
Yeah, so it is what it is on that one. But.
All right, well, got anything else on this episode,
bro? For real, I mean, that's all I got today.
Yeah.
For now, like we always say, like, follow,
subscribe. We just want to make sure you guys are staying up to date with the latest video drops, podcast. So please subscribe so you can just stay up to date.
Roof. We out.
You got to work on that.
I know, right? All right.
All right, later. Peace.